Okay, so 6.1, we are given g of x equals to 3 to the power of x, and 6.1.1, we are asked to find the equation of the inverse of g, which is g to the power of -1 in this format. So we're having g of x equals to 3 to the power of x, which is basically y is equals to 3 to the power of x. Then we swap, meaning we'll have x equals to 3 to the power of y, and then we write our log form. So it's going to be y is equals to log of base. What is the base? It's 3 and x. So this is going to be our inverse, which is the g to the power of -1. And then going to 6.1.2, it says that point P, which is of these coordinates, lies on this equation. The graph of H is translated to form that of G. Write down the coordinates of the image of P on G. So this is just the image of P on H. So now we want to find the image of P on G. So this is what happens. If I were to draw these two graphs here, so the graph of H of x would look something like this. So it has an asymptote, which is our horizontal asymptote, which is y is equals to 2, and it's going to be passing at a certain point here, moving in that direction, going up. So this is the graph of H of x, right? Then we know that it has a point P. Let's say this is point P, which is 6 and 11. Then now we have graph of G, which is the initial one. Y is equals to 3 to the power of x, right? So this one has a horizontal asymptote of 0. So basically it's going to pass at a point. So if, let's say for example, we say y is equals to 3 to the power of x, and we want to find the y-intercept, which means we must let it's going to be 3 to the power of 0, let x be equals to 0, so y is equals to 1. So it's going to pass at a point 1. Let's say this is 1, so the coordinate would be 1 for the y, 0 for the x. So it's going to move something like that, going upwards. So now we want to establish point P. Let's say point P is here, right? But this point P is for the graph of G. This is what, so it's exactly what we want to find. So we want to find point P of the graph of G using the translation from the graph of H. So for this to happen, it means now that since the x value is 6 here, for us to get to this x value, this point of the x value, we have to establish a shift. So the shift must go in that direction, and this direction is the left hand side, right? So we know very well, using this equation of h of x, it's equals to 3 to the power of x minus 4 plus 2. So here at the top it says minus 4, which means in general sense x is equals to 4, so it's the shift 4 units to the right. But because we're having point P and we want to shift to the left hand side, we have to shift 4 units to the left to get to this P value here of G. 4 units to the left. And for the y value, because the initial y value is 11 and the translation here it's 2 units, so meaning we must go down 2 units down to reach this point P. So basically it's 4 units left, 2 units down. The initial point of P of H is 6 and 11, but now the point of P of G, since it's 4 units down, which means we're going to subtract 4 units from this 6. We're going to say 6 minus 4, and then for the 11, since it's 2 units down, it's going to be 11 minus 2, meaning that the P of G is going to be 6 minus 4 is 2, and 11 minus 2 is 9. So this is going to be the point of G, the point of P at the graph of G.